there, Kira here with a scrapbook layout process video. And this is just a random layout that I decided to make and decided to film. So I took this pattern paper, and this is from the Maggie Holmes Bloom collection, and I decided to just stitch all along the scalloped edges. And I was thinking about doing like a scalloped, background with stitching, and I saw a few cut files I thought I might use, and then I was looking through my pattern paper and I saw this paper and I was like, hey, it pretty much does all the work for me. I don't have to draw anything or cut anything out. I just need to go along the edges of these scallops and then stitch. It took me probably about an hour and a half total to stitch the background. But then after that, it took me like 15 minutes to do the layout. So I don't know, small price to pay, I guess, because then, the hard work's over once I get it all stitched. And the only reason it took me as long as it did to stitch is because I was switching colors too. So if you're stitching with just one color, it's pretty easy just to keep, chugging along, doing one color. But when you start doing, multiple colors, then it starts, it takes a little bit longer, I guess. So I stitched it all like the way that it looked, and then I decided to put together my layout. So I have these 3 pictures of my son, and he's getting to the age now where you can kind of pose him in front of things. So we were at the Pearl Brewery for their farmers market on Sunday, and there's like this water fountain that he's standing in front of, and it's kind of like industrial looking. It's kind of neat. And so I told him to stand in front of it and smile. And the picture in the middle is really cute. He's actually got like a cute smile. But the other ones, he's like doing like that cheesy fake smile that kids do when they don't really know how to like smile naturally for a picture. But they're really cute pictures, so I wanted to include all of them on this layout. So they're basically all the same picture, but he's making a different face in all of them. So I just printed them out black and white, and they're all 3x4 pictures. And I sped through the first part of my embellishing because I put all these embellishments down that I'd picked out, and I was like, nope, don't like anything. And I threw them all back in the little bowl, and then pulled out some more and kind of went from there. So I have all of the cut aparts from the Bloom collection. It's just one sheet of paper. And this is actually from Joann's. So it's actually like the printer thickness. It's not like cardstock thickness, but it makes it perfect for layering. So I'm using all of the little bits from that cut apart sheet as just little pieces of ephemera and layering up behind things. There's also just some other kind of random bits and pieces from my stash, and from I think most of it's from like other crate paper collections or Maggie Holmes collections, because they always go together. Like Maggie Holmes, you can put all of her collections together and make them all work, I think. So I liked the bottom. I had, the 3 photos down there, but I felt like the top was missing something. And the background's really, really busy, right? So I felt like there needed to be something that kind of broke it up a little bit up top. So in one of the cut aparts is this happy memory, and then it's got like the definition of memory. That's what the white part of that is. So I just thought it would be cute to just put that up there. And it's kind of, I don't know, I guess that's kind of my title. I also will put another bigger chipboard piece down here that I guess could be considered my title too. There was on the Scrap Gals community. If you guys don't belong to that community, you should, because I really like it, and I really love Tracy and Tiffany and think that they're wonderful and amazing, and they've created this amazing community on Facebook. But somebody had recently posted something about how they hate coming up with titles and they don't like titles. And the way that I do my layouts now, I don't always have a title. I never have journaling. And it's just the way I like it. It's the way I like to craft. You don't have to do your layouts like that. There's no rules in scrapbooking. So I said sometimes my title is the biggest focal point on my layout, and that's usually when I'm doing either a cut file or if I'm doing hand stitching or something like that. Sometimes my title is the biggest part of my layout. And then other times, like this layout, it's like it's an afterthought. It's like, oh, I don't really need a title on this. There's so much else going on. It's like, where would I add my title? What would my title be? They're just cute pictures of my son. It's not important to me, and I don't think that you need to set these strict boundaries on your scrapbooking, because it's supposed to be fun. This is just supposed to be a fun hobby, so you should do what you want and make it fun for you. And that's what I do. Making a layout like this with no journaling and no title, I think it looks beautiful, and it was fun to make, and I loved doing all the hand stitching, and I think the outcome is perfect to me. You don't have to scrapbook like that. And you can scrapbook your own way. If the title is important to you, then make the title something meaningful. But yeah, my point is that there are no rules in scrapbooking. Clearly, if there was, I wouldn't be following any of them. So I'm just finishing up adhering down everything, and then I go ahead and stamp my date on this. This is actually a Project Life card that I had used a bit of it in a previous project, but I had kept the part where it said date and then had like the little lines to put your date. And so I was like, oh, that'd be cute to put my date on. And then I stamped it and like smudged ink all over it. So then I had to like cover up that part of it that actually says date. So it was like completely defeated the purpose of having it there, but whatever, it looks fine. It probably would have been fine if I would have just kept it ink smudged, but I don't know, it was bugging me, so I just covered it up. I decided that this top little cluster, because it was just paper, I felt like it needed another little bit of something. So I wanted to add some sort of chipboard, and I tried that bird, and that just wasn't working. And so I decided, because I have hello in 2 places, I decided that I should put it in a 3rd place. So I did a little chipboard piece that says hello up there as well. Then I decided to add some enamel dots, because again, I felt like that upper cluster was just lacking something. So I did some enamel dots in 3 spots. And then, that might be it. We'll see, I guess. Oh, you know what I did next? Because I had kind of torn up, because that top part was like stuck down a little bit, and I didn't want it stuck down, I guess. So I decided to just rough it up, and it kind of just made these pieces look like real ephemera, and kind of folded down little corners, and just kind of added a little bit more texture and interest to all of those little pieces of ephemera around my layout. And that will finish it up. I have got some close-ups here at the end, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you soon with another process video. Have a good day. Bye.